Hey guys, this is Heather here, and I'm doing another article on, unfortunately, ignorant, racist white girls like Alexandra Wallace. Now, this girl didn't actually leave her name on this video, but she made up for that by just being way more racist and way more ignorant. So this girl, don't know her name, just blonde girl, decided to make a video just in time for her friend's birthday. She happens to be Asian. As she ponders this momentous occasion of her friend's birthday, she comes to the realization that she has no idea what it's like to be Asian. So she does her own research and decides to share this with us. So first, she recognizes a difference in eye shape. She rectifies this problem by putting tape over her eyelids. Initially, this is where I shut off the video because it was just really ignorant of her to do that, and it just makes my blood boil. So I stopped watching, but because I'm supposed to do this article, forced myself to watch it. She then pulls out duct tape and says, if you guys want to be more hardcore, you can use this. She puts tape over her eyes so they're closed but open enough just to see just a little bit. So after she solves the eyelid problem, she pulls out a bottle of mustard and rubs it on her face in order to give her skin a more yellowish tone. And at this point, I'm wondering, okay, she's either trolling or she's just really stupid. I can't tell at this point. So the next step in the Asian transformation process is to change her name. She happens to have a fork at her computer, and she decides to name herself by dropping it and using that sound to name herself. She drops it and goes, see, my name's Ching Chong. I'm just like, oh my God, why do I have to keep watching this? The next step is to change her crappy grades into good grades. That one's pretty standard, but I continued watching. She then decided, I'm going to eat the Asian food, pulls out a bowl of ramen noodles and says, the reason why Asians like ramen noodles is because it reminds them of cat intestines. Where did she get that? I don't know. And the final instruction she gives is to like really freaky porn. After I saw this, I was like, okay, this is not safe for work, you know, don't watch this at work, guys. But she shows two girls peeing on an octopus. Upon finishing the video, I'm still unsure as to whether or not she's trolling or just really stupid. I'm leaning more towards trolling just because she knows video editing and was able to put in a song in the background that matched and synced perfectly with her editing, meaning she had to edit it in later. That aside, it's still pretty unacceptable. Because let's say she made this video about African Americans, right? If she put black paint on her face and told us to eat fried chicken and watermelon, she would get a lot more negative attention. It'd be really racist. So why is it any different when she rubs mustard on her face and names herself Ching Chong? I just find it unacceptable to be racist against one group, but for some reason it's okay to not be racist against another. It's not consistent. It's just unacceptable to be racist on all levels. I know in my last article with Alexandra Wallace, some people were saying how I shouldn't get upset, how Asian guys can handle themselves, they don't need some random white chick getting up in arms for them. And while I agree that it's not up to white people to deem what is racist to others and what isn't, I'm not doing this on the behalf of Asians and Asian Americans. I was personally offended by this video. It made me mad. It made me sick to my stomach. I had knots in my stomach. I didn't want to finish it. I couldn't believe she had the audacity to post this. Trolling or not, it was just ew. So people that are non-Asian and actually do hold these stereotypes against Asians will positively reinforce this behavior and cause more discrimination against Asians and Asian Americans in general, publicly or privately. So while some of you may think this is pretty harmless, just consider some of these statistics. Asian Americans are the fastest growing victims of hate crime in the US by the California State Poly University Pomona. Out of the 199 Asian Americans followed, 99% reported at least one incident of hate crimes, racism, stereotypes, or slander every day for a year, an entire year. This is from the Journal of Counseling Psychology 2010. At the age of 18, Asian American students reported that 72% of them were virgins. That's the highest rate of virgin males in any group. 16% of US-born Asian women have contemplated suicide. Compare this to 13% of all Americans. And 27% of white males will never marry, but 35% of Asian males will never marry. The number of Asian men above the age of 15 that never marry is 1.3 million. That's the highest number of males in any racial group. So while I am by no means claiming that she's causing these inequalities felt by Asian Americans, this video demonstrates some of the biases and racism exhibited by Asians, or exhibited to Asians by the American society at large. She's repeating the stereotypes she knows because she was influenced by others around her. She will in turn influence other people around her, causing a positive feedback loop. So if we are to create a more inviting, equal environment for the Asian American society, we need to nip this behavior in the bud and let her know that this isn't right. So this nameless, most likely trolling girl, she didn't receive the same attention as Alexandra Wallace. That doesn't mean that we should condone her actions. So while some of you will say that Asians should take it in stride, be aware that this video is an example of how even the most harmless of people have been impacted by racist stereotypes. So who's to say that it's not possible for those in a position to hire, elect, and marry haven't been as well. So if you agree or disagree with me, feel free to sound off in the comments section in our website, AsianManWhiteWoman.com. We're more likely to see those than on our YouTube site because we post way more articles than we do videos. So thanks for watching, guys, and keep reading.